Yeah, I'll get on that right away. Thank you. Hello, guys and gals, and welcome to Farming Simulator 25 here in Farmlands, somewhere in the middle of the United States. Basically, what is going on? Let me get out of this area. Okay. Alright, basically, what is going on? My uncle was given a opportunity by the U.S. Department of Agriculture and the USDA. They decided to combine forces to see if a farmer can grow crops. Of course, farmers can grow crops, raise animals, and butcher the animals to see if it would be cheaper to cut out the middleman. No butchers. The butcher will be the farmer. He has to raise the food, he has to raise the animals, and he has to butcher the animals. And my uncle was setting up everything, and he injured himself, and he's unable to work now. So he cannot work. We have basically, he said, well, I can't work. I'm disabled now. I can't work. I'm not allowed to work. And the Department of Agriculture and the USDA says, well, you still owe us $500,000. And he's like, well, can I get somebody to take over? As long as it's a relative, you cannot just get somebody else to take over. Okay. Yeah, I got a nephew. So basically, I'm here in Farmlands, taking over from my uncle. I've inherited a $500,000 debt. We have property. Oh, here's the debt. $500,000. I do have $100,000 on me. And this is all the land that we own. We own here, 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 all this, and we have one field. That's it. That's all we got. I have 10 years to get the butcher shop up and running. I must raise every animal that the butcher shop can do. So, chickens, sheep, goats, cows, pigs. I think that's it. We'll take a look at it when we get to the butcher shop. I must grow my own food. I cannot buy food for the animals. Cows or cattle have to be fed TMR according to the Department of Agriculture. So I have to make my own TMR. Pigs cannot be just given random food. They must be fed pig food, and I must produce my own pig food. I must produce my own hay for the sheep and goats, and my own barley for the chickens, which is wheat, barley, sorghum. I think that's it. I don't think we have to have horses. I think that's the only animal we don't have to have. And we also are allowed to utilize the byproducts of the thing. And eventually, we have to end up buying the BGA here. Now, this was This is a town that the Department of Agriculture used periodically for different things. This is the warehouse, if I remember correctly. This is the warehouse. This is where we can sell logs. This is the animal dealership. Yeah. This whole area is the animal dealership, and we have to buy, of course, we have to buy our own animals here. With the slurry, manure heap, bales, and we actually have to buy the animals and transport them to the farm. The lime and feed station. There's the gas station. John Deere is part of the sponsorship, so we got the John Deere dealership. And this is one of the sell points. Anything that we buy, anything that we add to this thing, we have to pay for in cash. Let me hop in my pickup truck. We had to stop here, sign all the paperwork and all that. We're gonna go to the house first. Drop off the pickup truck. And we'll go over all these buildings. This is the farm that my uncle has set up. And we'll go ahead and go to this and we'll go over everything here. And this is the house. My uncle did say it was a nice house, so. Good. 4-car garage. Pull this into here. Okay. We got a gator. 6-wheel gator. We have a repair trigger here. And this is garage. We can hold whatever we want. This is the house. Oh. Dining room, the kitchen, the living room. I guess this would be a family room. This would be the living room. A ground bedroom on the ground floor. A nice porch. It looks nice. Okay, my uncle has some weird art tastes. Okay, this must be my room. A desk, sleep trigger, wardrobe. Yeah, that's everything. Another bedroom. 3 bedrooms so far. Bathroom. shower and bathtub, toilet, modern toilet. Good. So that's the house. Now the rules are simple. According to the USDA and the Department of Agriculture, I must produce my own food. I must produce my own animals. I must get the butcher shop up and running and have it supplying meat 24/7. Not 20. Every month, it has to produce meat every month, and it has to produce every type of animal that we have. Again, cows and cattle, I have to produce TMR. Pigs, I must produce pig food to feed them. Sheep is hay. Goats are hay. And whatever other food that we need. So I'm gonna hop into this. We'll start on this set right here, and we'll go over what we got so far. The other condition is that I must have $10 million within 10 years. All this has to happen within 10 years. I must produce everything. This is a sheep slash goats. And we can have up to 2,195 sheep here. And my uncle set up another one, so I guess one for sheep and one for goats. 2,159. Good. And we can have up to 1,500 chickens in here. This is where the eggs are collected. And this is where the chickens. This is where we will store our bales for the hay. This is a pig food slash everything. This does produce hay. This does produce pig food. This does create silage, and it also creates TMR. This is the hay silage maker. What do we have? Oh yeah, I forgot about those. Since there's no electricity, no electricity plant. These are wind turbines, and they produce electricity for us. And one of the reasons why we have to own the BGA is we have to take byproducts of that and produce electricity. I don't know what that building is, but this building is for the precision farming, which is a requirement by the U.S. government. This is just a catch-all silo. It holds 10 million liters of product. This one holds 16 million liters of product. So let's hop into this. Wrong way. We have lots of room. Lots of room. We'll go over all this equipment and these buildings over here. Right now. Let's go over the equipment that we have. We'll start from all the way down here. This here is a grass roller. This is a baler. We have a windrower. We have a tedder. We have, and this is something that the U.S. Department of Agriculture wants us to utilize. These are tractor swath. These harvest using the tractor to harvest grains and stuff like that. We got a roller. We have a John Deere planter. We got 2 John Deere seeders. This is a mulcher. We have a John Deere big plow and John Deere little plow. This is used to cut fields. This is used to plow the big fields. We have a tractor flatbed. We have 2 forage wagons, which are utilized when we are swathing. And we got 2 chrome trailers. And because we're using square bales, we got a square baler pickup hook. Equipment rides. We have 2 John Deere 8400s. I didn't tell you to get in. And we have John Deere 4955. We have a flatbed pickup truck. International flatbed truck. We have a animal carrier and a Mack truck. That's building 1, and as you can tell, this building was built by John Deere. The next building we have a John Deere combine. I think this is the big one. X9 1100 with American Eagle and American flag. We have the John Deere 9900i forager. We have a John Deere 500R mower. We have a fuel truck, and we also have a mobile repair unit, and each building has a repair trigger on it. We have the John Deere one header. I think it's 13.5. We'll go over that last. We also have a repair trigger out here and a washer. We have a fuel storage. So we got 100 liters of fuel. That's it. Okay. And we can also eventually make our own fuel, biofuel, which is something the USDA wants us to do. This is the TMR mixer. And if we go over here, we got silage, we got 4 different ways to make TMR. We got silage and hay. We got silage, hay, and straw, which is what I prefer. We got silage, hay, straw, and sugar beets. And silage, hay, and sugar beets. I prefer this one because we can make our own hay. We can make our own silage, and cereal crops will give us straw. And this makes 195, and we can upgrade them as we go along. I don't know what this is. What is this? Oh, okay. This is the tractor swath separator. It separates wheat swath, barley swath, canola swath, oats swath, and soybean swath. It separates the straw from the product, and it's all produced here. If we take a look, barley swath, canola swath, oat swath, and all that. So we got that. This is a Dutch windmill. This is actually a mill to produce flour. This is also an oil mill to produce oil, and it also produces sugar. Something that USDA wants us to try out. My uncle was a goat cheese maker before he took over this, so he built himself a little goat cheese dairy. And come in here and take a look. We can make aged goat cheese, buffalo milk, buffalo mozzarella, butter, and everything, chocolate, goats, all that mumbo jumbo. And this is our pallet storage area. Anything we want to store here, we can store here. We drop it off here, and we want to pick it up, fix it up here. We have no products in here right now. That's where we are at now. This is the butcher shop, so let's read the sign. So we have to have pigs, cows, sheep, and chickens. Pigs must be a minimum of 6 months, no older than 14 months. Cows, minimum 12 months, 30 months maximum. It can't be no more than 30 years old. Sheep, 14 months old, 24 months. Chickens, 6 months, 24 months. Cows and buffalo are the same ages. Sheep and goats are the same ages. So we might have 4 different types of things. These are plastic. These aren't real. Eventually, they just put paint on the floor. That's not blood. But they did give us a chart, show us how to cut up the meat. This is the lamb. This is the pigs. This is the poultry or chickens. This is the beef. No, that's the beef. What's this? Oh, this is the goat. Okay. So this is our facility. We have to produce everything here. Okay. And we've already gone over that area. Now, we do have one field right now. Take a look. We do have one field, and it is corn. No, that's who it was corn. Barley. Okay. So we'll just hop into the tractor. And we'll pull one of these things out. And since we are the only person, there are some people around here that we can hire to work for us. But there's really no traffic, so I'm just going to connect this here. And we'll go ahead and drive to the field. Oh wait, we get a little bypass. We don't have to own that. We do own all these fields. And the purpose of this is to see if they can cut out the middleman and have farmers produce their own stuff. Because this is a massive outlook, they want us to go ahead and produce everything. Eventually, they might, if it works, and we prove the concept to the Department of Agriculture and the USDA. If everything works out great, great. There we go. Oh yeah, there's also something else. before we get into there, we do have a lake here. We can do some fishing. And we got a canoe out here and a little dock. We have a beehive. And this is where originally they wanted my uncle to build. Like I said, this used to be this used to be the Department of Agricultural test area. And this is where they had certain buildings and stuff like that. But they also scattered throughout the map these little collectibles. And that was worth $500. We are starting off with $100,000 that we started off with. But I can cut down these trees and convert this all into there. Oh, another piece. So we're up to $114,000. Let's do this. Set this thing up. Should turn on. There we go. And it collects the swath as we go along. Those little collectibles are bonuses for us. And like I said, the U.S. Agricultural Department put them out throughout the whole area. What happened here? I do want to get rid of these trees around this field. Now, John Deere is the sponsor of this. They sponsored all the equipment. They gave my uncle all the equipment here that we have. So they are a sponsor for this. So I had to make sure to let John Deere, let you all know that John Deere did sponsor this and all that. So what I'm going to do is fast forward this and I'll bring you back.
She the kind of girl you can't shake, can't leave. Her eyes got that sweetness, that southern reprieve, pulling me in like a cold glass of tea. She's the one that got me begging, baby, set me free. Bottled up fire in that honey blonde hair.
Okay, guys and gals, we harvested that field. One of the advantages of this way of harvesting is to actually collect everything at once. We're not wasting time. with a combine. Picking up, unloading the combine, taking it to the grain silo, and then come back and pick up the straw. This does it all in one. And we bring it here. We can keep the barley in here until we need room, and we can move it over to the grain silo, or we can just go ahead and move it over to the grain silo once it's separated. I'm just going to turn you off right now. We're going to hop out of here. And you can see we have 239,984 liters of barley swath. So we'll come over here. Barley. There we go. I'm going to speed up production. No, sorry. I'm going to speed up production. 300. That's mod I have. And you can now see it's separating barley from straw. Go ahead and put this away. There is one thing I want to do before we do anything else is I want to build a greenhouse. Like I said, anything I add, I have to have the money. Now, if we don't produce every animal that we can butcher, so we've got cows, which could be Holstein cows, dairy cows. We can butcher those. We have to butcher water buffalo. We have to butcher sheep. We have to butcher goats. Dairy cows are an exception. We don't have to, but we do have to get some Angus beef or beef type of cow. We have to butcher sheep, goats, and pigs. So that's one of the stipulations, and chickens. And how we do it is totally up to us, according to the Department of Agriculture. And we also are testing some things for the Department of Agriculture, like this tractor swath. We're testing it out. I've used it before, and I kind of enjoy it. But with Department of the U.S. Agriculture, state that since this is their test facility, we have to test certain items for them. No ifs, ands, buts about it. And let's take a look at the crops. It gave us a list of crops that we are allowed to use, which is basically everything. The only addition is onions. So we got all that going on. Again, we own all this field. So you might see some new equipment later on that the Department of Agriculture wants us to go ahead and test for them. Okay, one of the things that we want to put down is a greenhouse. I'm gonna put it right here. We can have as many greenhouses as we want. Okay. Go over here. We'll set this thing up. You have, yeah, okay. And C. Okay. There's something I want to check before we get. Okay. So once the barley is separated, we can pour the barley into there. And we got 5,000 liters of barley. So in the next episode, we're going to set up a couple fields. Right now we're at 78,872. We do have solar panels throughout on certain buildings. We have those 2 wind turbines. We are allowed to use solar panels. Because we're in the middle of nowhere, we are allowed to we have to generate our own electricity. Any electricity that we generate that is excess, we sell to that little, and there's a couple places on the map. We have this area that needs electricity. And again, we must buy the BGA and have that up and running once we get the cows going. There's a sawmill here. Oh no, that's a cement factory. So this area here needs electricity. It's mainly produced by the BGA, but right now we have no animals producing it, so we're powering all that. We do have this here. That's cool. This is a sawmill. Okay. Darn it, not own this? Okay, this is going to cost us $325,000. Okay. What else do we got? We got this area over here also. So let's go visit here. Okay. And the rail depot also needs electricity. But it looks like we got sell points here. It's on the other side of the map. Guess that's where we will sell wood. Oh. How many collectibles are there? Let's take a look. This 6 is 50, so we've gotten 3 out of the 50. And they're $5,000 each. So that's, like I said, that's bonus money on this map. We are allowed to collect that. Oh, here's another one. Train. Fail sales. I don't know what that is. So we do have selling points on here. Another selling point. I don't know what that is for, but we can sell stuff here. I guess that's silent. Not that. Flurry. Way to come in and out. Just kind of looking. To drive up here to bring certain products, stuff like that. Let's get back to the map. Okay. Oh yeah, we also have to rotate crops. Tell you what I'm gonna do. Before we go any further, we're just gonna fly. We'll do a flyover of the map so you can get an idea how big this map is and what we can do. So let's go this way. Looks like another test farm area. Ah. Let's see what's down here. Crash in the trees. Can we climb this? That's what I want to know. Yes. We can climb this. Good. And the U.S. Department of Forestry also uses this area as a test area. Ah, another. The forest ranger can come up here and oversee, and this is basically a fire tower. We got the sawmill here. Looks like there's a whole bunch of different trees. Of course, we got our lake area. Ah, I did not notice that. There is a boat ramp here. And a water point, so we can collect water here. And there is an irrigation ditch. Of course, we got our farms. And the little town. Gas station, BGA, water tower, and all that. But this is basically open land, whereas eyes can see. I am not allowed to tell you what state this is in. This is a secret government location, and they named it Farmlands. 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 And we are back to our farm. So that's the farm. That's the map. This map is available on Farming Simulator 25 Mod Hub. You can download it through the game itself. No problem. It's under others. And I'll try to leave a link for it down below in the description. So, if you want to help support this channel, hit that subscribe button and bell. That way you know when the next video in this series comes out. And my other video series. And when I go live here on YouTube. Also do me a favor. Help support this video by hitting the like button. Every like pushes the stream out. Pushes this video out a little bit more. And if you're watching on a mobile device, hit that hype button. It doesn't cost a dime and shows support for this video. And as always, have fun playing your games, be safe out there in the world, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.